Hi, everyone. My name is Coach Brittany. I'm with College Coaches Connection, and we have a special guest here today. But before we get to her, I'm just going to give a quick rundown of what we do here at College Coaches Connection. So, we are a group of current and former college coaches and athletes who evaluate high school students all over the world and in all the sports, and that want to play at the next level, and we help mentor them through that recruiting process. Um, and we come up with a personalized game plan for each athlete. And we understand that recruiting looks a little bit different for everybody. And so with this series of interviews that we are starting, our goal is just to simply share some of the experiences with you and some of the cool things that we do here at College Coaches Connections. So all that said, we are super excited to have Ariana Gaminara here with us. Ari, and we'll let you introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us where you're from, what school you go to, what sport you play, what position you play, and then maybe share a little bit about this awesome look you have going on right now.
Yeah, of course. So as you said, my name is Ariana Gaminara, but I'm 18. I go to Faith Lutheran High School. That's in Nevada, and this whole look is like I have senior week. I'm a senior, so we have like every year a senior week, and today's kindergartner day, so we have to dress up like a kindergartner. So everyone in my school that's a senior is doing it, and everyone else is just watching the show. So yeah.
Incredible, incredible. And you showed me just before we got on here, you showed me a little picture. Do you have that of your kindergarten picture? You can show
Yes.
us. So cute, so cute. I love it. And did you, are you, yeah, are you from Nevada as well?
Yeah, originally born and raised Las Vegas. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So tell us, I don't know if you said what sport you played.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Actually all kinds of sports. Soccer, wrestling, basketball, track and field. What else? Volleyball, skiing and snowboarding. But my main sport is soccer.
That's incredible. And what position in
I'm a
soccer?
goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Incredible. So we'll get to the recruiting part here in a minute, but I want to kind of just set the stage. Um, tell us, give us a little background and tell us how long you've been playing soccer. You said you played a ton of sports growing up. So tell us how it kind of soccer became
My
the main sport. Yeah.
So I started soccer when I was 6 years old. Well, around 5. And since then I've been playing soccer. Like I was a goalkeeper for like 15 years. And I had like a little break in between 6th grade and 7th grade, and that's when I started like abroad, like with my sports knowledge, basketball and volleyball. And then 8th grade, around that time, I got back to soccer, and I've been skiing since soccer as well. That's my winter sport, but I don't compete. I just do it with my family. Um, and snowboarding, I recently just started like last year. So I'm just like still new to it. And with wrestling, I just started the women's wrestling team at my school. We never had one. So I didn't want to do basketball again for winter because that's a winter sport. And we only have one winter sport for girls. And so I made a new one, and I'm like the wrestling captain. I made the girls team, and it's like our first year. And our first year we went to state.
That's
But
so cool.
yeah.
So are you in wrestling now?
No, I'm in track season now.
Track season now. Okay. Dang, you're a busy girl. So it sounds so you're involved in so many sports, and that's awesome. It sounds like your parents did a really good job at just kind of letting you find what you were into
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not pressuring you and forcing you to do anything or
Yeah. For that reason, gonna get like a little more personal here. When I was 4, I was actually mauled by a dog, and so all that time, like they were just scared that I was never gonna be, myself or be scared of doing things. So they put me in all these kinds of things to like, loosen up my like being tense and everything. And that actually helped. They got me a dog, which like was my therapy dog, and everything just led to my success. So yeah.
That's awesome and terrifying.
Yeah.
Scary. I can't say that if that happened to me that I would be in a place where I'd be ready to also have a dog. So that's incredible. Well, that sounds awesome. I don't know. Maybe we should get your parents on here one of these times. That'd
Yeah,
be
of
fun.
course. Yeah. My mom would love to.
Okay, so what we haven't mentioned yet, you're involved in a bunch of different sports, but you're also incredibly, incredibly accomplished. And if I keep glancing over here, it's because I have your athlete profile up and I'm just looking at all of the um, incredible achievements that you have. And I'm just going to name a few of them. And it's a few, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So in 2019, 2020 year, you guys were, your high school team was the 4A Nevada State champions. I have
Yes.
that right? Okay. 2020, 2021 was the COVID year,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. And then this year, your team placed second in the 5A state championships. You were all league, all conference, all districts, all regions. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then this last year, you were also the Nevada goalkeeper of the year. Incredible. Applause.
Thank you.
And that again, just a few things. So not only you're a great athlete, but I also have your academic achievements up here as well. And you received academic honors every year. You're a National Honor Society member, and you have a GPA of 4.08. That's awesome. So have you, tell me, have you always been like self-driven athletically and academically, or is that something you really had to work on?
That's a great question actually, because so my mom, I always like had this intention of always making my mom proud. So she was always scared that I was never going to make it because 5th grade, she was like still like with me doing homework till like midnight. I was struggling because I have ADHD. So it has been like such a struggle 5th grade. And then in 6th grade, like she got so worried that I would never like, be able to do it myself and everything like that. And it would get to the point where 7th grade, 8th grade, like she was helping me write essay papers. Everything else I do by myself, but writing was just my like, lack of like
Yeah.
I could not write for the life of me.
Mm.
But then something clicked freshman year and I just ended up doing everything by myself and she everything that I've been doing was for my mom to make her proud. But
Oh,
now she's like saying like she's always been proud of me like no matter like what I've achieved. And so now I'm self-driven like completely. Of course I want to make everyone else proud, but like mostly like I just want to prove to myself that like you can do more than this. You can do more than what you're capable of. So I've been striving to get like my academic letter, my white letter, athlete of the year. Like that's one of the things why I like do all these sports because I want to get athlete of the year and my academic award. So
that's awesome. And speaking of academics, one of the really cool things I saw on your profile was that you were the, let me get this right, academic female weightlifter of the year.
yeah.
That is so cool.
Thank you.
That is so cool. I would just like, I don't know if I had that award, I feel like I would just like blow it up and put it somewhere. Oh, see, look at
Yeah.
you. Awesome. That's very cool. Very, very cool. So we'll kind of just segue into, we've talked about your accomplishments, we've talked about a little bit about high school and a little bit about background. So we'll go ahead and get into kind of like the recruiting side of things. Your resume obviously speaks for itself, but can you explain a little bit about what the recruiting process or what it looked like or what it maybe didn't look like before you started working with one of our coaches here at College Coaches Connection.
Of course. So before I get into like the whole recruiting process, so during my soccer season, freshman year to junior year, I was behind a goalkeeper, so I was never starting the keeper. But this year I was started as keeper and I didn't have any like film like to give out to coaches. Like it wasn't as good as I wanted to be. But luckily senior year, like it was like my breakthrough. Like I just was on fire. And which was amazing because I finally got my confidence up to like show everyone else what I was capable of. So with that, I have like a highlight film that's all of my senior like highlights, and that was like my best year ever that I've played. And so before like the process, like I was just like very it was like very slow, and my mom and I was getting worried because I didn't even think I was going to go to college for soccer at this point, because I'm just like, where am I going to go to college like for soccer? I want to play soccer and everything like that. And I did have like I had 3 colleges that like wanted my that gave me an offer, but like I knew there was somewhere like something more. So my mom went to this meeting at my school, and it was College Coaches Connections. And with that, we got in touch with Coach John, and he just gave us like a breakdown like of like what he did for us, and what he's done for other people. And it just like amazed me, because I'm just like saying like, with everything that he did like in a short amount of time, it would have taken like my mom and I like probably like 3 months or 4 months to do, and he just
Right.
did it within a week, which is amazing. And I had to do some stuff. I had to make my profile. He gave me like this breakdown of like instructions of like what to do, what not to do, like when you're talking to coaches, when you have like your meetings with them or calls, how you have to create your profile, and how to always like say yes sir, yes ma'am, like to the coaches, like because that could change something. But overall, like the experience like of having like the help of Coach John or college coaches connections overall like has been like amazing, and I'm internally like grateful, because without their help I probably wouldn't have been like able to go to the college I'm going to now.
That's incredible. So I just want to touch on something you said there. So our couple of our mentors came to your school, and that's one of the cool things that we do here at College Coaches Connection is we travel all across the country, and we'll do seminars. So if any schools or ADs or coaches are out there listening, we'll travel pretty much anywhere, and we put on seminars for high school athletes who are interested in not only working with us, but just kind of more informational as well on just how recruiting looks, what it actually looks like. I think, if you've never been through it before, if your parents have never been through that before, there's obviously some assumptions that you have about what recruiting looks like. And it's very eye-opening. And I'm sure your mom, she went there, and I'm sure she learned a lot and was like, whoa, I didn't know most of this stuff. So you worked directly with Coach Scott, you said, who's one of our mentors, and he helped create that game plan, get your athletic profile out to a bunch of college coaches. Do you remember that day that we sent your profile out?
Yeah, I do. So Coach, he said to me that like, I finally like sent out like the profile, and everything like that. And like he showed me like the breakdown, like he showed me the letter that he will be email that he will be sending to the coaches, and I'm like, wow, coach, that looks great, looks like, it looks professional and everything like that. And he was like, well, that's what we do. And so he sent it out, and like the first day, actually Yeah, the first day like was crazy because I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's so many coaches like emailing me, and I'm like, I'm so overwhelmed because I'm like sorry,
No,
it
you're
was like
fine.
from 10 to like 20, and then like it went to 30, and then like all of a sudden it was like 90 by like by 3 p.m. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like how am I supposed to like all these coaches? And then it ended up being total amount of coaches that reached out was like 120, I think.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
so it was like, yeah, a mixture of like D1s, D2s, D3s, NAIA, NCCAA. So
Mhm.
yeah, it was quite scary because I went from a moment of like, am I gonna go to college, to like a moment like, oh, I'm definitely going to college. So
You're definitely going for sure, for
yeah.
sure. So tell me a little bit about how your mentor helped you kind of narrow it down.
Yeah. So I actually have like a binder that I kept all my colleges in, and it's in the other room. But um, so my binder had like, actually, can I quickly get it?
Yeah, go for
Sure.
it.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so here's my binder, and so I have like this list of like college coaches that like I had, and it was like their phone number, contact, like how many times he contacted them, and if it was positive, and like phone and email. So basically that. And then I had colleges that like so I had colleges that like I liked or I kind of liked and I did not want to go to. So
Okay.
basically like a pros and cons, like,
Yeah.
you know, skipping. So yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things I feel like is kind of hard in this day and age, right, is we're so used to texting, we're so used to emailing, we're so used to messaging in that sense. And do you feel like Coach Scott and the College Coaches Connection really kind of helped you prepare you for actually talking to coaches on the phone and in person or Zoom like this? Like, do you feel like you were better prepared?
Like yeah, before I just like was always stuttering and just really nervous and out of my comfort zone because I don't like talking in front of people. But Coach John was like giving me like an interview himself, and he was like always giving me like, you know, things to fix on, and that like really helped me not only like to talk to coaches, but like for interviews and just like generally being comfortable with talking about myself because I don't like talking about myself. Like I hate feeling like I'm bragging, which I don't, but it made me more comfortable sharing my accomplishments.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, of course. Well, that's okay. I'll do the bragging for you. It's fine. So, one of the things that we find really sets us apart here at College Coaches Connections is that all of our mentors are either current or former college coaches, like I had kind of previously said in our intro here. So, how did having a mentor that had been a college coach help you?
Um, it actually like was actually very helpful because if someone didn't, you know, play the sport and they were just like recruiting you to get a, like, you know, offer for from college, and they've never actually like really what were around that athletic, you know, life, it like it makes me feel doubtful that like, do you actually know like what you're doing, or like
Right.
what are what how are you doing this? But having Coach John you know, be like a college coach like for like 20 years or like plus. Like I kind of forgot like how he did it, but like he was all over. Like he was a college coach, like high school coach. He's been a recruiter for like 30 years. Like he has so much experience that like he actually knows like what he's doing. Like this is the real deal. And it just made me feel a lot more like relief that he knows what he's doing, that he has experience, and I'm not like putting my hand, like my future in someone else's hands that doesn't know what they're doing.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. So was there anything about the recruiting process, just in general, that surprised you?
How many college calls I got? I swear, I was late to some of my classes. So for about a week and a half, every lunch and every like free period I had, I was calling coaches and coaches and coaches. And by the end of the week, my mouth was dry. My mouth was sore, and I kind of got annoyed to the point where like, are we done talking about myself? Like, so yeah, it just that was like the most surprising. And other than that, how many people like made an offer? Like I had about like 15 offers, and I had two full rides offers, and one of them being my college now. But it's just like a great experience, and knowing that like I don't have to worry about financially that much. I just have to pay for room and board at this point.
Yeah. So let's get into it then. Tell us who you signed with.
So I signed with Caldwell University. Actually, the sweater is like right here.
Ah, let's go. Caldwell.
Yeah.
Awesome. And tell us where they're at.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. How do you feel about living that far away?
Um, I actually don't have a problem with it. So my mom, she when she was 19, she moved to England. So she wants me to have that kind of, you know, experience of like moving abroad and like not dependent on family and everything like that. She wants me to get my independence, and so do I. So I always wanted to go far, like either Florida or New York or New Jersey for that matter. So I mean, I'm just so happy that it's in East Coast. And my mom, like, she's always like, she just wanted me out, not like that, but
Yeah.
she just wanted
That's
me to experience everything.
that's really awesome. I feel like the more you talk about her, we definitely need to get mom on here
Oh
and
yeah.
chat about from her perspective. Um, so you talked a little bit about what drew you to that school, but being you wanted that experience of being far away from home. I feel like a lot of kids kind of are homebodies, and
Mhm.
the thought of being too far from home kind of scares them. So I think that's really cool that you were willing to kind of go anywhere and really, you know, experience something on your own.
Yeah.
But that's really awesome. So was there anything else? Tell us what else about the school that drew you to it, whether it be soccer related or something else.
Yeah. So actually, my mom and I, we flew down to New Jersey like last week, and that's when I signed. And I was just like so excited because I went to other college visits, and I'm like, something's missing. Like it's not really feeling like my other home that it could be. And when I went to Caldwell, I'm just like, oh, okay, this is a different feeling. Like this actually like is a good feeling. And so I love everything about it. It's just so green. There was snow there, but like I love snow. So I had no problem with it. And it wasn't as cold as I thought, because I went on a good day. But it just like I just met everyone, and they were so welcoming, so nice. And the coach like was so like he was just so straightforward and everything like that. And he just like gave me a breakdown like this is how much I'm giving you. This is how much like I want, and like everything like that. And I'm like, you know, you got it, coach. Like I want to go here and everything. And I met the girls, and they were so nice, and the food there was amazing. It's like so good. So it just like felt like a home, and they have like the major that I want to go for. Like I want to go around sports management and physical therapy. So they have everything like that, and they have like so much more that they give. Just like a lot more like bonuses, and it's just like awesome. And um, a lot more sports I could play,
Oh,
honestly.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. I mean, that's definitely one of the things that I feel like pride ourselves on is, I mean, kids, yeah, like you said, you had offers. It's it's not like you didn't have a place to play at the end of the day, but what we really, pride ourselves on is finding the right schools, not just any school for each kid, right? It's just finding the right fit. And so that's really, I love hearing about your experience. That's so cool. And food, I mean, if it's not on your list of things that, are important in a college, I feel like it should be. So I think I love that you included that.
No, the food is like amazingly like great. It's like everything's fresh, and like it
Mhm.
feels fresh too. So I'm like, this is a great A. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I know you talked about how, you kind of struggled with talking, speaking, public speaking, talking to coaches, talking to, in general. And you struggled with talking about yourself. And I really hope that you come away from after having worked with us with kind of a new sense of confidence. I feel like talking to you, I would never have thought that those are things that you struggled with, but I don't know. I just feel like you're such an awesome kid, and you're telling me these things, and I'm like, there's no way she struggles with this. She's awesome. But I really hope that, not only just, finding schools, whatever. Yeah, obviously that's important, but how you feel at the end of the day is most important. How confident you are in yourself and your decision ultimately. And if, we can help you gain that confidence, I think that's pretty incredible as well.
No, yeah. Actually, thank you guys for giving me this confidence, because before I had terrifying stage fright, and I guess like through maturity and with your guys' help, I eventually went past that, and I'm talking. That's my dog. Sorry.
How's your dog?
I'm talking to like people on stage and everything, and just like getting like a lot more involved in like my community and everything. So, and I'm doing it without fear. So that's great. That one of the things that my mom and I were like worried on in the future.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. So if there's nothing else, do you want to wrap up with some fun, kind of just off the wall questions? Rapid fire?
Yeah,
Okay, let's do it. So it's just a few. Don't worry about it. But favorite pizza topping?
mushrooms.
Mushrooms. I love that. A lot of people don't. Unpopular opinion, but I love it.
Hmm.
Okay, if soccer didn't exist, what sport do you think you'd be playing? And I feel like this isn't really a great question because you just told us, oh, you're involved in everything, but what do you think maybe your main sport would be?
Probably skiing, but I think track.
I love that. So are you excited to kind of experience a whole nother climate in New Jersey?
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna have my snowboard and my skis over there. I'm so ready for it.
I love that. Okay, what is the last assignment you turned in?
My goodness. Um, my math homework.
Math homework. Do you have, I'm assuming you have like a pregame playlist you go through in your head, in your headphones?
Yeah. I do it, but it's like all Latin music. I love
Oh,
Spanish.
Latin. I love Latin. I love running to Latin music and working out to Latin music.
Yeah.
So
I,
is there anything else on that playlist that would maybe surprise us?
I don't know. Let me check. I don't.
You don't have like a Latin playlist with like some, I don't know, Britney Spears thrown in there or something.
Oh, I mean, I have. It's all like Latin, but like there's like really like fast, and then there's like really like slow like love songs. I'm like,
Okay, get you in that mood. Okay, I love it. So we'll just wrap this up here with, what would you say to anybody that might be on the fence about either working with College Coaches Connection or maybe just learning more about us?
I would say that like they're definitely legit. I know like it seems like a lot like what to do for it, but in the end of the day, like no matter like how much you do for it, is you could have like gotten to college that like you would have to like pay a lot more. So without your guys' help, I definitely wouldn't have been going to college for like, full ride and pay a lot more than like 20 grand. And just it's like all worth it, to be honest. Like the experience, like they at the end of the day, like they will get you a college that like you feel like you belong to. um I know like you can do it by yourself, like everyone can do it by themselves, but I guess not knowing, like my parents, they're immigrants, so they don't know anything about colleges. They never went to like a college for sports and everything like that, so everything was new to them. And having that guidance really like helped ease the process, and like knowing what to do. And now they know what to do for my little brother. And lucky for him, he knows like what to do now.
Right.
But it's always the first child that has the worst.
Always
But
the first. I'm the oldest as well, so I get it.
yeah, so it's always experiment with the older kids.
It
But
is.
I guess like it's the best one too, because like you can always brag to your little like sibling, like I did this.
Right?
Yeah,
Right? Set that bar high. That's awesome.
like overall, like everything's worth it. And I know like I was skeptical at first, but um then Coach John like showed me all these like examples of like these kids that like got like a full like 100,000 scholarship like offers like overall. And I'm like, wow, like that's amazing. And he showed me like all these stats. And before I had 3 colleges, and at the end of the day I had 15 offers. And like it really changed my life. So thank you
That's
to you guys.
that's awesome. I can't think of, honestly, a better place to end than right there. But um, if any students, parents, whatever are watching this, and if any of Ariana's story maybe sounds a little bit like your story, where you think you're a good athlete, a great athlete in her case, um, and you're not maybe getting that attention, or like Ariana had mentioned, just felt like it wasn't the right fit, or looking for something more, something different. If any of that sounds like you, uh, we have a free competition evaluation on our website. We also have you can create a athletic profile for free on our website at collegecoachesconnections.com. And those things kind of help determine what level of competition you might be the best fit for, based on a variety of factors like grades, athletic accomplishments and achievements, and that sort of a thing. And like she had said, the reality is there is a lot of really great colleges out there. And there's also a lot of great athletes out there. And we just want to play matchmaker and help you find the best fit for yourself. So you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram and all the things. And if you want to learn more and talk directly with one of our mentors, you can shoot us a message there, or email us at coach@collegecoachesconnections.com. And thank you, Ari, for being our very first guest. And
Thank you for inviting me.
and I don't know, I think the ceiling is so high for you, and I'm so excited to see where these next few years take you, and excited for this day for you as well, though.
Yeah.
Kindergarten day.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a mess. My friends are gonna go like nuts. Like they're gonna be the whole time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on here with us and sharing a piece of your story. So
Of course, love to. Thank you.
thanks. Okay, well, have a great day, and I can't wait to follow you.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, well, have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.